Hello, this is Sinospark here, giving you 7 tips and tricks so that you can master the Insect Glaive in Monster Hunter Wilds. Now this guide is going to be completely spoiler free, so let's jump in. First up are your charge attacks. Unlike any of the other weapons, you can charge while attacking using your triangle or Y combo. That's not just true on the ground, you can do it in the air as well. While you're in the air, if you hold that charge and land afterwards, you keep that charge and you can use it for the grounded version. The last little tidbit, although they work a bit differently, both the grounded and aerial versions are still charge attacks, which means the focus and charge master skills apply to both of these attacks. Next up, the damage boost on aerial attacks. Each time you land a jumping advancing slash or strong jumping advancing slash, you'll do a vaulting dance, which increases the power of your next aerial attack. This goes up by 2 levels. Doing some quick maths here, the first vaulting dance is going to increase the damage of your next attack by 10%, and the second vaulting dance will increase it to a total of 30%. What's even better is that after 2 vaulting dances, your strong descending thrust, which is the move you're going to use to end your aerial combo, gets a 50% damage boost instead of the regular 30. This makes some aerial attacks pretty viable against a lot of monsters, especially if you can finish it up with a descending thrust. Here's a quick one. Did you know you could also use focus mode while in the air, and that will mean your bug will attack with you for all of your aerial attacks? It adds a little bit of extra damage, so you should always sneak it in. Let's talk about different ways to get your buffs up quickly. The first thing is double slash. The last attack in your triangle or Y combo on a controller will actually trigger the Kinsect to collect up to 3 extracts instead of the normal 1 or 2. So if you don't have buffs and you're looking to try and get them as quick as you can, try to do the first 2 attacks without focus mode and then use focus mode on the third, and that way your Kinsect will do a drill attack and pick up a lot of buffs along the way. Second tip here, you can charge the extract attack, not just while the bug's on your arm, but also while it's already out and flying around. If you direct your Kinsect afterwards, you can still collect up to 3 extracts, even if it's not in a charge attack. And here's a quick bonus. You can also collect 3 healing extracts from a monster for 1 big heal, if that's what you want to do. Let's talk about combos. Hopefully by now you've seen the new charge attack and the rising spiral slash, which is a great way to do a bunch of damage. But it's also pretty situational and has a long combo commitment. Instead, for quick openings, you might want to try something different. Using the strong rising slash into tornado slash is great for these shorter openings. Does a bunch of damage, your Kinsect attacks along with you, and it can be escaped from afterwards. If you find the openings bigger than you thought, you can loop this combo, or hold the charge button after your tornado slash to end in a big combo finisher. Let's talk Kinsects. In Wilds, Kinsects inherit your weapon's base element, so the element you have that's just on the weapon itself. This applies to both slashing and blunt Kinsects, so you've got a little bit more variety when choosing elemental weapons. I did some testing. The Kinsect's element doesn't get buffed by your weapon or armor skills, so things like water attack up just impact your weapon. The other strange thing I tested is that if your weapon has a status element like poison, blast, or paralysis, it says the Kinsect gets that as well, but when I tested it, the status never triggered. It's kind of a shame. That might have been fun, but probably a bit broken. Last up, remember, mark your targets. You've got 3 options. You can use just the right trigger to do a melee attack, you can fire the marker using both your triggers, or do the aerial descending thrust like we talked about earlier. All 3 attacks mark the monster body part, making your Kinsect do auto attacks and leaving dust clouds. This is great if you need to target a particular body part, like severing a tail or stunning heads with blunt Kinsects. But it also builds up those status effects, like poison or paralysis, which some monsters are very, very weak to. It's worth keeping in mind, if you use wide slash, your neutral circle attack, while in focus mode, this actually recalls the Kinsects, so be careful in your combos. Doing a charge attack will do the same to get your Kinsect ready for rising spiral slash. And here's a bonus tip. You can change your training settings from the menu. You don't have to talk to the adorable cat. That way, if you ever want to change something quickly, it's right there. And that's it. With these tips and a little bit of practice, you can make the most of your Insect Glaive. Hopefully, you learned something new. If you're interested in more deep dives into Monster Hunter Wilds, make sure to subscribe or give us a like. Thanks for watching. See you in Monster Hunter.